brought to you by thesis123.com. I learn and teach online.
Here's the next question, number 27. A solution of the ordinary differential equation d square y by dt square plus 5 dy by dt plus 6y is equal to 0 is such that y of 0 is equal to 2 and y of 1 is equal to minus of 1 minus 3e divided by e cube. The value of dy by dt of 0 is dash. So this is not a multiple choice question. Let's work it out step by step. So we start by writing the given differential equation in the auxiliary equation form. So let's begin. We have d square y by dt square plus 5 dy by dt plus 6y is equal to 0. Now we write this in the form of an auxiliary equation d square plus 5d plus 6 of y is equal to 0. Now the part within the brackets is the auxiliary equation d square plus 5d plus 6. Now we equate this to 0 and find out the values of d. Now we can solve this using either grouping the factors or by using the quadratic equation formula. Either way, you will find two values of d. The roots are minus 2 and minus 3. Now I leave that part to you. Next, we write down the general solution. The general solution, when the values of d are real and different, they are not the same. So the equation is in the form of y is equal to c1 e power minus 2, that's our first root, t plus c2 e power minus 3t. That's our second root here. Now let's take the initial condition given to us. Y of 0 is equal to 2. So if y of 0 is equal to 2, that means y is equal to 2 and x is equal to 0. So let's substitute these two values into the equation here, where x is equal to 0 corresponds to the value of t. So if we substitute these two here and solve, we'll get an equation in terms of c1 and c2. So the first equation we get is 2 is equal to c1 plus c2. Let's call this equation 1. Then we can use the second initial condition to find out the second equation, or in a way we are supposed to find out the values of c1 and c2. So next let's take the second initial condition, this one here. I'll take another sheet of paper so that we can solve it fresh. Okay. So the second initial condition is y of 1 is equal to minus of 1 minus 3e divided by e cubed. Now this means that y is equal to minus of 1 minus 3e divided by e cubed and x is equal to 1. Now if you substitute both these values into the equation, into the general solution, we would obtain minus of 1 minus 3e divided by e cubed is equal to c1 e power minus 2 plus c2 e power minus 3. Now solving this, we will obtain another equation, minus 1 plus 3e is equal to c1 e power 1 plus c2. Let's call this equation 2. Now we have two equations in terms of c1 and c2. So if we solve equations 1 and 2, we will obtain the values of c1 and c2. Now I'll leave that part of solving to you, since that's basic algebra. I'll just write it this way. solving equations 1 and 2, you will obtain the values of C1, which is 3, and C2, which is minus 1. You can solve it and check they must match these values. Now once you have the values of C1 and C2, you need to substitute both these values into the general solution, and when you do that, the general solution becomes particular solution. Particular solution, which is y is equal to C1 e power minus 2t. So that becomes 3 into e power minus 2t plus C2. So that's minus 1 e power minus 3t. Now the question asks us to find out what is dy by dt of 0. So first let's find out what is dy by dt. So here dy by dt is equal to minus 6 e power minus 2 t plus 3 e power minus 3t. So that's differentiating y with respect to t. Next, let's substitute t is equal to 0. Now when we substitute t is equal to 0, we will get minus 6 plus 3. I'll write that on this side here. So dy by dt of 0 would become minus 6 plus 3, which is minus 3. So the final answer here is minus 3. Since it's not a multiple choice, we just enter minus 3. This is the entire solution, and I hope it has helped.
Thank you for watching this video. For future videos, please click here to subscribe YouTube channel. Visit our site thesis123.com for free student project or research ideas and online training. Follow us Facebook, Twitter, Google+ and Pinterest.